Welcome back to TechKnow, everybody. It's time for some more tech news. Disney has just ditched their Disney Plus lawsuit excuse. It was a pretty stupid excuse. A lawsuit against the Disney giant had caught the public's attention after a man's wife died of an allergic reaction while in a Disney shopping center in Orlando. The man proceeded to sue Disney for a negligence in food preparation. Disney, on the other hand, claimed that the suit was null and void based on the terms and service of the free trial for Disney Plus. The man had used it months ago, but because he even started the subscription at all, apparently he couldn't sue them. Naturally, this received a ton of backlash, and Disney has since dropped the charges, or the excuses. And now the trial is still actually going on, but it's probably going a little bit better because Disney isn't trying to say, well, you can't sue us because you signed up for Disney Plus. Mere decades from now, robots will conquer the world, all thanks to Ikea. Ever since package delivery drones were a flop, and murder gun drones were deemed unethical for some reason, drones have seemingly one thing that they can be universally used for, and that is being a camera. Now, everyone loves a good drone with a good camera, but apparently Ikea has come up with a new idea. With the advent of Ikea's inventory drones, the drones are now off the unemployment shelf. For now, they're mostly just zipping around scanning labels on packages in a handful of European locations. So yeah, it's only in the EU right now. They may not seem super helpful to the naked eye, but it's actually so much more efficient and safer than having a human going up 100 feet in a cherry picker to try to take a device and scan packages. I mean, it's a ton safer. And the company was so impressed by this and likes it so much that Ikea has now raised $40 million to go and put it in more locations. So I guess drones are actually going to start to have a use. Next up, SpaceX will be giving Starlink satellites second generation software. Starlink satellites use beam technology to try to give a wide area of coverage to consumers, and SpaceX has an improvement in the works. After launching over 4,000 satellites in 2019, there's an improvement in the second generation software that they plan to introduce. This will give better broadband quality and have more robust focused beam, and the processing will be better. Satellite provider Dish Network was concerned that these stronger radio waves would interfere with the signals, but in the end, it was cleared by the FCC. So I guess all will be fine. Now SpaceX has the clear to go ahead and just throw 7,000 satellites up into orbit. And these satellites, of course, would contain the newer technology. So I guess rather than taking all their satellites down, they have made the economic choice to upgrade them as they come down on their pre-planned schedule. So I guess we aren't going to be just having 4,000 satellites that aren't really just going to be used. But that's good. Next, OpenAI's GPT-4o will be customizable for companies. With the demand for AI ever growing, and it seems like everything we look at is in fact about AI, OpenAI hopes to take advantage of this with their latest and greatest. The process for training and kind of personalizing a AI is called fine-tuning, and it's a relatively simple and quick process that just involves uploading your data to it for analysis. Now, there are some AI companies that have gotten in trouble for just doing this to random users, but how this could help companies is by allowing them to be able to personalize their AI relatively quickly. And while a similar feature was also tested with users on GPT-4o Mini, this version will be extremely useful for any company, allowing them to easily analyze their data. PayPal is starting to take on Apple Wallet in the EU, and this is largely due to them adding the ability to have contactless payment using NFC. This would be a competitor to Google Pay and Apple Wallet, probably specifically Apple Wallet, because Google, you can already kind of change your default wallet that you want to use. And next, the banks that loaned Elon Musk the $13 billion to help aid in his $40 billion buying of Twitter might be having some regrets. They might just a little regrets. Morgan Stanley, Bank of America, and 5 other different banks had merged together to go ahead and loan him that $13 billion back when he did buy Twitter. And it really did help Musk be able to afford that. But now they might be having some regrets because it's going to take forever for him to be able to pay them back, because it's $40 billion. I mean, it just doesn't spawn out of thin air. And finally, Gemini Live could probably use some finishing touches. Gemini is a voice assistant that is supposed to be, quote, custom tuned and to be intuitive and have back and forth actual conversation. In reality, it's more free-flowing than most assistants using AI, because most are either so choppy or they screw things up all the time or whatnot. But the thing with Gemini Live is that it had relatively no emotion like they said it would, and it was kind of partially there. Like, it was busy and paying attention to other things, and you weren't important enough for it to actually give its full attention to you. Anyways, come back in a couple days for another TechKnow. And if you enjoyed this one, make sure to go and leave us a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys in the next one.